Hi guys, Brock Meadows here with you at the top of the new pay period, a 3-week pay period. And I want to bring to you another pay period kickoff training nugget. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you know that we just completed the second of the 12 pay period incentive that coincides with our amazing team retreat plan for the third weekend in October. I hope you set that as a target and made the commitment to walk the beaches with us and be in a place that will surely impact you. Just your personal development and growth, let alone your business. Also, please, if you're around the Central Ohio area, I want you to mark down and come join us for a special event, a 180 workshop with special guests from Advocare Corporate. Dr. Michael Hartman will be with us on Thursday, June 14th. So look for the details. They'll be coming your way shortly, but mark that down because that's the next impending big event to come together and give your prospects, that's who it's for, the opportunity to set their own eyes on this great environment, great culture, and great company. And there's nothing like it that can be done that none of us can do on our own, like it can be in these very events. So they're important, they're a big deal, and I promise you they will deliver. So today, I wanted to share with you something I know will be incredibly valuable to everything you do, let alone the time you spend and the effort you put forth into building your Advocare business. I had just recently some time with leaders where I share with them how I best continue to work on managing myself, not managing time. That's a kind of a misnomer. When time management, it's more self-management, and we all have the same hours in the day and so forth. But how do you increase your productivity? How do you raise your level of performance? So today I want to give that a little bit of insight and give you maybe some direction, some tips that may be of value to you in that area. Again, that I love about Advocare is about everything you do to improve yourself and your business helps you improve every other area of your life as well. So I'm going to give you 5 tips here today that are focused on the formula for that I follow for enhanced productivity. So here I go. The first thing is to kind of get on the same page here, a little context, that success starts with a framework, not a brain dump. It's a framework. So we must first decide, the first step is what's important. This is the filter that all of your decisions go through. What's important? If something doesn't fit who you are or what you're about, then it doesn't get your time or attention. So decide what's important to you. Maybe, of course, it's your family, your business, your fitness, your faith. Determine what's important to you before you go to step 2. So don't skip that or rush through it. And that step 2 is to decide, what does success look like for you? What does your ideal business look like? What would a successful work-life relationship look like? Who are you working with? What impact are you making? What type of person is it helping you to become? You need to know where you're going if you want to get there. Step 3, map the first leg of the journey. There is no wishful thinking here. Don't wish for it, work for it. Better yet, plan for that work and then go work that plan. Most people spend more time and effort planning their vacations than they do their better future. So let's map the first leg of that journey. And I have found it to be incredibly helpful to do that in a 30, 60, 90-day kind of compartmentalized time frame. It's great to have long-term goals, and I'm surely one to play the long game, but I'm human, and to keep my attention span and to do what I want to do in the limited time I have in a focused, intentional way, I found it best to make shorter goals along the way and shorter plans along the way. So this is your next 30 to 90 days is what I think works best. The map from where you are today to where you want to go. So think success compression. And that success compression is what I'm referring to, where you compartmentalize it in shorter chunks. And my point to that is it's far more effective to go at something full force for a short period of time than it is to do it intermittently over a longer period of time. Now, I'm all for and completely believe in consistency over time and the compound effect of it. But what I'm referring to is just how you attack your day and the time that you have to give it. That you don't give it more time than it really will take, and that leads to procrastination and not prioritizing things and just inefficiency. So imagine with me the plane on the runway that gets some speed up to get lift, take off, but then lands. Takes off and lands. That's what I'm referring to, that full focus in that shorter period of time to get lift. Okay? And that is, that gives you the opportunity so you can determine what can be done in a realistic time frame. So let me give an example in the context of having your AdvoCare business. The power and simplicity of one daily focus, thinking the power of one. So one, introduce one new person to AdvoCare products and/or opportunity every day. 5 or 6 days a week, right? Take Sunday off. But one, coach one, support one, follow up with one customer. Have one business coaching leadership conversation with a downline distributor that is doing what you're doing. So there's like one in your day that you can do to map out how you're spending your time. So what you are doing. Step 4, plan your week. Now, you just decide what you'll be doing this week to move toward your goals a few steps by week's end. That's what you're doing here when you plan your week. To help you move toward your goals a few steps by the week's end. Example, in our AdvoCare business, points of focus would be the reports that are right at your fingertip in your microsite, on your microsite in your back office. It's simple, it's easy, it takes a matter of a few minutes, but where are you looking? There's a lot of them. I love these 3 reports that I looked at today and look at every day for 5 minutes to give me focus and direction on where my attention is best applied. And that is the preferred customers that convert to distributors report. I don't know if you've looked at that. It's there. It's golden. Number 2 is the advisor pre-qual report. You can collapse it and expand it. There's that big bold blue to say, well, who's new in the last 90 days, which is what gets my attention. And in both of those reports, the beauty of that is you can identify where they're at in your organization. So oftentimes they'll be in direct relationship to a leader who you know is doing and building their business correctly. They care, they're following through and following up. So that's just nice cause for you to maybe call them as well, leader to leader, and just let them know you set your eyes on it and make sure to help them if in case they overlooked it. But just to talk to them about that person in the direction of where that's going. If they're not with a direct leader, how you can then have great cause and reason to pick up the phone, and if you haven't already, introduce yourself and have a quality conversation, a focused conversation with that person based on what you see happening that's giving you an idea that they want to do something more. The last reports are there's 2 of them, but I'm putting them all in one, is the new distributor and new advisor bonus tracker report. So that report obviously is extremely important for the Champions Pathway and where people, again, are going, how close they are to the next level, what activity's been done, and great cause and your responsibility, in fact, to make contact to those people, particularly if they are not in a part of your organization that has a leader close by. And then a 4th thing I do to guide my point of focus on a week-to-week basis, a pay period basis, is and even a daily basis is and it's not a report, but it's something you surely know, and that's your current customers that are on the 24-day jumpstart. By the way, on that preferred customer converting to distributor, assume this, please. I know I say yes, don't assume much, but assume this one. I think it's healthy and a correct way assumption that everyone that upgrades, converts to distributor, wants to share the products and achieve advisor. There's a reason they have converted. That's a bonus. If you know what you're looking for, that's a great place to look to know where to again, have great conversation and spend your time wisely. But in that planning process, this is where people start to get hung up, honestly. I just gave you something specific to our business, but if you're like most business owners, which I hope you're not, in the traditional sense of business, they're overscheduled or just react to what comes up. Don't do that to yourself. They don't allocate enough time to get things done. So commit to this. Commit to looking at those reports, and if something matters, schedule more than enough time to get it done, because you may end up into an awesome conversation that took more than the 15 minutes you allotted for it, and it became a half hour. But it's the right stuff that you're getting done if you're entering those conversations. So remember this also about goal setting. I love this from Jim Rohn. It gave me clarity, because everyone has goals and you hear them throw it out, set this goal, set that goal. Well, his explanation for the ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes you to achieve them. That's your point and my point of focus for planning mapping out your journey, planning your week, and then doing step 5. Win the day. Win the day is the fifth point that I have with you today. And it's every day is an opportunity to feel successful or feel stressed. A chance to win or lose ground. You decide. So every day you should be taking some small steps to move toward what you define as success. And if something isn't one of those steps, and it's not fundamental to the day-to-day responsibilities that you have, then it should fall way down the list or go way off, completely off, of what deserves your time and attention. Important note here, do your personal prospecting contacts first. As far as winning your day, because it's always easier, now with 10 years of experience, this is hard, it's always easier to do it for teammates. So people most often do so, neglecting their own consistent recruiting actions. So hopefully that's of value to you. I encourage you to work through these 5 steps, and you've got the 20% that creates 80% of the productivity and increased performance you're looking for. It helps you get past being busy and actually getting the meaningful things done. As I like to say, get the right stuff done. GRSD. Build your plan, work the plan, attack the day, and do a little more, a little better. Now, let's rise and hustle to meet the opportunities of this 3-week pay period right in front of us. Make it a great one, guys. Thanks.